Here we go, our pre-race starting lineups here. The drivers are getting ready. MC Howell getting ready to push them away. Here's a couple shots of our starting lineup. A small one compared to years past, but still a very good one. Here we are starting the 14th annual Galletta's Classic, the Tower Angle. Everyone's strapping in. Safety first here at Galletta's. Contrary to what certain Oswego Cartway people say. Good shot of the starting lineup there. Everyone waving to Rungnapha Stevens, our camera woman. For turns 1 and 2, turns 3 and 4, Jean Galletta has covered. Mike MC Howell, our flagger for today. Everyone cheering for Shadow. He has by far the largest cheering section. I don't know what we were doing here. MC Howell let us have 3 pace laps. We were all ready to go there. That should have been our start. Wasting precious fuel for the 200 lapper. Rosaki takes the early lead in the early going. Rosaki here, he is flying in the early going. Matt Stevens doing his traditional fade to the back. Matt's strategy has always been to save the kart and pick people off late in the race. George Russell here, he is trying to move up. His strategy is to get up front. Russ actually was letting up on that particular lap. George Russell there brings out the caution. early restart for the 200 lapper. We do something that methanol karts cannot do. 200 laps and not losing a hell of a lot of overall speed. Your average methanol kart would probably have to refuel after 30, 40 laps. They're souped up. They go a little bit faster, but they burn a lot more fuel. So the trade-off is to have a marathon event instead of a sprint race. Ross Hockey again holding the lead. Oh, look at Jesse Bibblemore has moved up. Ooh, and Tim Galletta almost passed JD. And spun out. Little slick down low with all the rain from the previous week. Another white flag. Remember, we are counting cautions here. Oh, and Shadow Russell, Mr. Hot-Ass and Badass No, has decided to take off. Ross taking control of the early going. Jesse Bibblemore trying to keep up with Russ and Chris. Shadow nearly spun out there and is in severe danger of being lapped by Ross. George and JD, they're testing each other. The sun's starting to go under the trees here at Galletta's. Ross here, he's looking to put Shadow lap down. Goes through the speed monkey shit mess to go around him. That damn speed monkey, he didn't come today, but he left us up disaster. Chris trying to save his cart, but then you have to be aware that Russ will try to put you a lap down if he can. Kids are on Shadow. Now Jesse Livermore tries to follow him by. Oh boy. Russ and Russ trying to put people lap down. J.D. Davis off the track. J.D. Davis, he both of his front end bearings went on the number 24. We had a driver timeout. At Galletta's, each driver gets a certain amount of timeouts, and JD used his, which I suppose was technically one of Gary's timeouts. Look at Jesse Livermore. He looked underneath Chris and Russ. Couldn't get a run. And number 0 has got a good takeoff, nice and lightweight. And it is a low-end cam. It won a feature earlier this year with, oh boy, George Russell does a 360 after hitting Jesse. As I was saying, Nick Dan, the monstrous Nick Dan, won one in the 0 earlier this year. Russell looking around Melissa, no room out there. Shadow taking a very low, swooping out through. Trying to get underneath Chris, trying to take over second position. Here we go. Shadow is again put down a lap. Oh, Melissa getting sideways. George looking over her and gets by her. Pushing the limits of the number 00. Oh, Jesse being held up by Shadow. Looking under him now. He gets him. Now Matt working on him as well. Passing flag out for Shadow. Also out for Tim, George, and Melissa. They are in danger as Russ is catching them, creeping up to them. Oh, and George and Tim come together. Oh, and then the inside hub were nailed as well. Caution coming out here, false start. JD out of the race early. 24 is out for the night. I believe Black was the reason for the number 24. Gary was out of town for the week and was not able to race it nor get it tip-top shape for the Classic. The Money Midlamore with the gangster pass out there, jumping from third to first and a turn and a straight. Wow. Russ was bumped Jesse a little bit there. He wants that lead back. Jesse had just got done telling Chris on the last caution he wants to get the lead. And he makes it up there. Russ is disappointed. I think he was trying to do a Jimmy Champagne lead all 200 laps at Oswego Speedway. Russ really pushing here. Jesse keeps looking back. I believe the furthest thing from Russ's mind is fuel consumption. He is pressing pretty much as fast as he can do here in the early going of the race. The rest of the pack at least is keeping up a little bit better, but except for Shadow. Shadow hard into the brakes. You can hear him coming around almost every lap. George now working on that. The leaders coming up on Mr. Hot Ass and Badass Doe. Jesse work decides to go under him. Ooh, whoa! And Russ follows him by and makes a little contact with Shadow's front tire. Jesse checks back. Yes. Russ is still all over him. Chris and Matt, they're staying with the leaders a little bit better this time. Uh-oh, and Russ getting outside of Jesse. Gets him on that lap. Shadow hard on the brakes into turn one. Now George has caught up with Matt again. Out for Shadow again. It is not taking Shadow long to get lapped here. Jesse now trying to stay within shouting distance of Russ. And Matt deciding to stay in third and fourth for this chunk of the race. There's a lot more pressure off of Chris and Matt without, say, for example, Jason and Buddy out there. They are both some top-notch drivers. And Melissa Stevens spins out. Melissa spins out before Russ can get her a lap down. Russ is deciding to do the Ed Main's philosophy of putting everyone a lap down, but he has not succeeded. There's been some rocks every time he's tried it. Chris looks underneath Jesse, and Russ can't quite get him. Russell hockey. Now George Russell has passed Matt for fourth. Russ looking underneath Jesse. Can't quite get him. George Russell has moved up into third overall position, passing Chris. Passing flag out for Tim and Melissa. Russ is coming hard. And a rocker is kicked up there. The passing flag keeps coming out, but Tim is racing first position. Russ is going to have to earn it, and does. Now Russ puts Melissa and Tim down. Matt has decided to speed up because here comes Russ. Chris and Matt looking back. They have to speed up because here comes Ross. Oh, ho, ho. Cross up on 2. Shadow now putting buffer. Ross now gets by Shadow. Putting Shadow down. Count laps here. Chris and Matt now caught up with George, but Jesse Livermore spins out in the number 0. Look at Chris trying to get underneath. Oh, again he tries it, but Russ and George hold him off. Gets her on Melissa. George now challenging Ross after a long extended period of Ross driving all by himself. He now has George Russell to work with. Shadow, look out, whoa. Shadow getting right into the thick of things. Oh, and a caution. Jesse Vidlemore having trouble on the restart. Look at this. Chris again underneath George. George doing a good job. He's learned the top groove is the quick groove, and he holds Chris off. Look at Jason here, Jesse all over Chris. Also now gets Jesse back. Top 3 positions here. Galletta's our Klassic is basically our Summer Point Series finale. You have one last shot at the points lead. Going in, it was Chris, Matt, and Russ barely passing Buddy in the Speed Monkey event. But then when Buddy did not make that and this pretty much clinches Russ, booting Buddy out of the top 3. It's very unfortunate as Buddy was one of the 3 Klassic favorites of maybe upsetting Chris or Matt in the series, but he backed out. Might have been something to do with scheduling conflict with his singing career. We're not quite sure. But regardless, he didn't show, and it hurts him deeply in the points. Russ now, he is not pulling away from Chris. Chris did get by George there. Chris has now moved up into second. He got George, and George got a little sideways coming out of 2 and into the back turn. Now Chris is looking over Russ, seeing if there's any weakness in his groove. He's not pushing it too far yet. Peeks back. Keeping an eye on where George and Matt are. Russ now has Chris, George, and Matt pretty much close to his bumper. Here at Galletta's, we race clean, but we race hard. Oh boy, and there is George peeking underneath Chris. Chris floors it in the top groove to hold the second position. Also gets pretty close to Russ here. Ducks down under the Speed Monkey trap. Quite a unique Galletta's Klassic with the Speed Monkey trap. We've never had that before. Maybe 1 or 2 regular season races before, but never an actual Klassic with that wet patch. that was when Jesse broke. I believe that is when Jesse Bittlemore broke in the 0 and went back out in the 5. The 5 which was booked for Buddy Cotton to race, and Buddy was not here, so it becomes a backup. I guess the rule with this evening's race, it can change from race to race, but MC Howell made the determination that if the whole field does not lap someone, then they don't officially go a lap down. So far, I believe Shadow is the only one who has been put down a lap down, because everyone has passed it multiple times. Restart here, Russ, Matt, George, and whoa, and that was Shadow Russell off the track. He needs help here. He's stuck on the burn.